Now let's go to our top story. After days of pursuing the Coalition for answers, Labor is refusing to comment on reports that people smugglers were given cash payments when it was in government. The opposition says it doesn't comment on matters of national security. I've heard that before somewhere. Joining me now is Sky News political reporter Laura Jays. Laura, very familiar sounding line. Was it by the Coalition or was it by Labor?
Well, the opposition has attacked the government in recent days, consistently over recent days, for hiding behind this line when it comes to whether the payments were made to people smugglers at sea, up to $30,000 US. Now, as you have explained, it's been revealed that cash payments have been made to Indonesian people smuggling rings for at least the last 4 years, so under this government and under the previous government. Now, Labor didn't engage in turning back the boats at sea, so whether they paid cash payments to people smugglers at sea is actually a moot point. But it hasn't ruled out that people smugglers have been paid in other ways. So look, they've again said this line, this is a matter of national security, but I should highlight Tony Burke's, what he had to say in his censure motion in question time yesterday.
Australian taxpayers have a right to know where their money is spent. Australian taxpayers have a right to know in particular if their money is going to the most vile trade that both sides of this chamber have made the strongest comments against.
So by Labor's own standards, this information should be forthcoming. It's claiming it's a matter of national security. It's hard to see how it can still be a matter of national security, Peter, when this occurred, or perhaps occurred, more than 4 years ago. Yep, indeed. Hypocrisy all round, it would seem. What about the Greens? We're talking to Di Natale a little bit later in the program. He's been out on this issue, hasn't he? Well, he's been pretty fired up about this, saying that both sides of politics have now gone down a pretty awful and unedifying path. This is what he had to say.
Well, that's no longer good enough. The opposition leader needs to stand up and to demonstrate that we cannot continue on the path that we are on. We just can't do it. We have crossed a line. We are now engaging in the people trafficking business.
Now, the Prime Minister wasn't asked about this morning, Peter, but no doubt this will be an issue that he wants to hammer home in question time. As you point out, the government is quite comfortable talking about turnbacks and its broader border protection policy. But he was also commenting again this morning on what the latest revelations or latest reports have done to the relationship with Indonesia. He says that stopping the boats has improved the relationship with Indonesia, and he's also described what the government has done in this policy space as a moral stance from the government.
The most moral thing you can do here is stop the boats, because as long as the boats are coming, the evil people smuggling trade is in business and the deaths continue. So we've done the right thing, we've done the moral thing, the decent thing, the compassionate thing. We've stopped the boats by doing whatever is necessary within the law to stop the boats.